Hello YouTube, it's Royale with Respiratory here. Today's video, I'm sure you can see by the topic, a decision I've come to that I've kind of been thinking about for quite some time, ever since I started respiratory therapy. But to recap, I guess the last video, I was like, I didn't even feel like making a video for like 2 weeks. And because I was like on a kind of like a staycation away from just hospitals. I'm tired. I guess mentally exhausted from taking care of patients at my full-time job, because apparently everyone just is getting sick out of nowhere around this time of the year. And I just took like a good week vacation from it. Technically it was 2 weeks, but it was a staycation, but I did a lot of car work and just putting, new parts on my car. And during my time of solitude and peacefulness, my mother's question she asked me a couple weeks ago popped into my head, and she said, what do I see myself doing next year? During the beginning of that conversation, my plan was to continuously just save money and pay off the mortgage pretty fast, and theoretically that's still the plan. But I recently joined what's it called, like a virtual meeting for a certain program at this medical school that I was interested in, because I don't want to necessarily be a respiratory therapist forever, and there's nothing wrong with being a respiratory therapist forever, but over the course of me being an RT for 2 years, a lot of people have been saying, Royale, you look like you want to go back to school. You look like you have ambition. And at first I was like, I don't know. I make a lot of money doing, working the 2 jobs, 3 jobs now. And it's just like, but now I'm starting to see, I'm getting signs. It's hard to explain, but it's like I was getting signs that I needed to just, I guess, progress my story. There's a doctor, he's really cool. He's a heart cath doctor, a heart catheter. So if you have like a STEMI or something, he'll put like a little catheter in there to measure everything and make sure everything's good. But every time I see him, and he's my age, and he's a whole doctor, and I'm 29, and he did everything in another country, but he still did his thing. And he looks at me and he always goes, Royal, what's the next step? And I'm like, I don't know. I would always try to give him, ideas that I had, but it's like the more he, the more he, spoke about, different types of jobs in the hospital, it kind of got my mind going on, what I wanted to do. I don't want to tell you guys what it is yet. That's for another video. But I have the opportunity to make a lot of money, like a lot. And I don't even necessarily have to go to school that long. But this particular program is extremely challenging. It's extremely competitive. And it's up there when it comes to taking care of very critical patients. And like I said, if you guys have known me in the past or know me personally, I'm a doer. I will do whatever it takes to get where I need to go. But the amount of money that they're throwing at people, I guess because there's not so many of them and there's a need. I think I saw that there was only 4,700 people in this position. So it's something that's, continuously growing. They're marketing always for more people. But the pay, and I wrote it down, it's estimated about $185,000. That's a lot of money. That's a little bit more. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit, obviously a little bit. It's way more money than I make doing just the 3 jobs. And it's doable. So I'll tell you guys what I've just been up to, obviously, when I was just in my solitude. Um, I am currently in the process of completing some of the prereqs that I needed just to apply in the program. The total number of credit hours you needed prereq wise was 27 total, and you have to have 27, but they're saying you only need 12 to apply. But I read the fine print, you need to have all 27 complete, and your GPA needs to be about, well, at least a 3.0. But obviously you guys know the higher your GPA, the more competitive it is. But I think my GPA was like around 3.8. So I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, if I could get it to a 4.0, that'd be great too. But it's extremely competitive to get into this program, because they said they only had they had 400 applicants and only like 80 were chosen. I was like, that's crazy. Some people were put on a waiting list for like 5 years ahead. I'm like, I'm gonna work my butt off to get in there. Hopefully next year of fall. But the prereqs consisted of like physics, chemistry. I already had anatomy. I took so much math in my younger days in college. I think the max math I took was calculus, medical terminology, just, stuff like that. But like I said, it's doable. So I've been talking with the admissions people for a school I recently graduated from 2 years ago, and I'm gonna knock out these prereqs, and then I'm gonna go ahead, because you gotta also have 3 letters of recommendations. And the lady was saying that the lady in charge of the program at that medical school, she said you basically need to have professional letters of recommendation. So it's not like your friends or your coworkers. You got to have like maybe your manager, a doctor. And then somehow I got to figure out how I got to get, what's it called? I have to get like clinical hours to do an surgery observation. But that's not, where I'm at, there's not necessarily what is it called? It's not necessarily, they don't have, I can't even think of what it's called, but they don't have that job description anywhere in this state other than Charleston. So it's just like, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But now I have to get in the process of doing scholarships. I'm gonna have to be doing FAFSA stuff, and I gotta just figure out money situations for the months to come. I still rent out rooms in my house, and that's been going good, but it's like on and off. Currently I'm trying to get it to be long-term rentals, but a lot of people are just doing short-term rentals for the time being. But I'm very hopeful for this new adventure that I'm about to go on. It's just I'm actually genuinely excited. Every time I'm with my buddies, I always talk about it. They're like, bro, shut up. I'm like, yeah, I know. But it's like, I don't know. I'm excited to do something the next level from what I do now. I feel like I can do a lot more doing this profession, and I don't know, I'm just hopeful, the next step. What do I see myself doing next year? I will tell you guys in another video. Just not right now. I just wanted to get a video out because I haven't made one ever since I was on that little staycation. But thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to make a quick video about where I'm at, what I'm doing. If you're new to the channel, like always, just please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and even ask me things in the comments, or and you know, ask what you want to know respiratory related. Obviously you guys know I worked at 3 jobs still, but it does get to you whenever you no human should be working 3 jobs to begin with, but I mean, the way the market is now and the way the economy is, you kind of got to play the system a little bit. But with that being said, going back to my outro, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or a great rest of your night. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.